Bitcoin, again, not doing much after that big surge a couple days ago. Kind of jumped yesterday a little bit and then it's kind of come back in. That's okay. On Bitcoin, again, guys, after a big move like this, you obviously see, we see this pivot top right there. We pierced this area up here. So that's fine. Lots of resistance. What I want to see is I want to see consolidation like that, which can yield another move to the upside. I'm still neutral to bullish on the Bitcoin chart short term, even though I'm net overall midterm still bearish. I still don't believe that if this market does what I'm worried it will do over the next 12 months, that I still don't think that Bitcoin can withstand that. I still think that's the biggest threat to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not a threat to itself. I think it's in a league of its own. It's rivaling gold 10 years, 20 years out. But right now, the fear that could be generated by a market correction in the next, and not correction, maybe a two week of a term, but if we see a bigger move to the downside, then you have to think fear will ultimately permeate crypto and could cause Bitcoin to dump even more so. So anyways, doesn't mean, by the way, that I don't own any Bitcoin. I do. I just don't own as much as I plan on accumulating if we see continued weakness. And that's important to understand. Again, to me, it's all about dollar cost averaging. So having a little Bitcoin in this range, nothing wrong with that. Just be open to accumulating as it dips or if it dips lower.
Tesla's Bitcoin journey has been a roller coaster. In 2021, Tesla invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin when it was around $34,000, a move that fueled a major bull run. However, environmental concerns regarding Bitcoin mining and Elon Musk's tweets led to Tesla selling a substantial portion of its holdings, resulting in losses. Now, Tesla holds about 9,720 Bitcoins worth over $275 million. What's Tesla's next crypto move? Many believe it's far from over, especially with the potential for a Bitcoin ETF and economic uncertainties in the U.S. Tesla's position in the crypto market remains influential, with every move or comment from Musk having the power to sway the market. As we head into 2023, all eyes are on Tesla and its Bitcoin holdings, keeping the crypto world and investors intrigued and ready for more surprises. There's no shortage of opinions on where Bitcoin is headed next. Crypto.com predicts a jump to almost $140,000 by 2025, driven by factors like the upcoming halving and institutional interest. Some Bitcoin bulls like Michael Saylor have set the bar at $1 million, while CryptoCon's outlook is a bit more conservative, considering a rise to around $130,000. The next Bitcoin halving expected in 2024 is a critical event to watch. After the last one, Bitcoin hit a remarkable $70,000. Numerous experts tend to agree that Bitcoin's next peak will likely be in the range of $130,000 to $145,000. Notable figures like Robert Kiyosaki and Max Keiser also foresee Bitcoin surpassing the coveted $100,000 mark, with Keiser even projecting a potential peak at $220,000 due to societal factors. Let's continue our discussion with Gareth.
Got some housing data out, generally a mixed bag. We saw housing starts a little bit weaker than anticipated, but other data in the housing market continues to show a lack of supply. So a couple things to look about this. As we get this data out, the first thing as a trader that I do is jump over to the 10-year yield and the dollar. How is the market reacting? Because what I know is that when the dollar and yields go higher, the stock market sells off. When the yield and the dollar go lower, the stock market tends to go to the upside. This is the 10-minute chart of the 10-year yield. Now, yesterday we had a big move up in the 10-year yield. Today, you could see choppy overnight. Lots of chop. The economic data comes out, yields begin to rise. So again, right away in my mind, without even looking at the S&P 500, without even looking at the futures, I would tell you that the markets are trading lower. As the 10-year yield goes up, always anticipate, at least for now, markets go in the opposite direction. There will be a turning point where that doesn't exist anymore. For this market, it absolutely does. Now, again, this was a common theme. I saw this yesterday. I saw fear. I saw panic as the 10-year was rising. The key here is you, as a trader, you become agnostic. You become a robot. For me, how do I look at this? Well, basically, as we look at this, right, and I'm going to zoom in right now, what have I talked about in every single game plan? I've said to you guys, listen, as long as the topping tail exists, that is your high point. Okay, now yesterday, big move up. Did you close above that high point? The answer is no. Today, are we above it yet? No. If we do get above it, watch to see if you get a daily close above it. As a trader, you remain and say this is the dominant thing in the chart until proven otherwise. That is the king. That is the queen. That is what you refer to. If we close above it, this candle has been dethroned and you can continue up on your way. Target for the 10-year would be 5%, and then 5.3% would be your next couple targets. If we do negate that, and again, I don't know if we will. No one knows. If we do, what do we start doing? As we head north of 5, let's say, we start looking for more reversal signals. Do we get a new topping tail? Do we hit a new major trend line? Do we get a time count? These are the things that in my brain I look at. But basically my point is that this is your dominant candle. That's all that matters. Let's talk about what the dollar has done here. This is the 10-minute chart of the U.S. dollar. Lots of chop. You can see we did get a little push up after those economic numbers. So again, the dollar strengthened a little bit. To me, what does that tell me? Again, markets are probably selling. Flipping over to the daily chart of the DXY, we're still below this pivot point and this trend line. Now again, understand this. This is almost a little bit of a bullish pattern here. So you may go up and retest this line. That would still be under resistance. This line, you would look to short it and expect a pullback off of it if we do that. All right, so again, use the trend lines. Use the candle formations. They are there to guide you and take away emotion. It becomes very much a matter of what is the chart telling me, not what I'm telling the chart. Too many people go into trades and they say to themselves, I think this is going to happen. I really hope this is going to happen. I pray that this is going to happen. And you know what happens? The market crushes them. It's when you start saying, chart, tell me, do I need to be bullish or bearish on this chart? That's when you look at the chart and you let it talk to you. It's the most powerful change that you can make in your trading. I'm telling you right now. Basically, what I want to show you is gold. Now, gold, remarkable. Okay, so gold is not even waiting to consolidate in a bullish pattern. Very clearly, we had the channel, and this channel I've gone over with you guys a million times over here. And again, it's just such a thing of beauty. We've blasted up. We have now broken out. You only got 2 days of consolidation, and now we're surging again. So this is an amazing chart because usually after such a big move, it takes more time of this before it can do that. Either way, I've told you guys, it's going higher. Again, I'm a little surprised it's going higher this quickly, especially if we look at the U.S. dollar, right? I showed you guys the U.S. dollar before. It's not like the U.S. dollar's falling. The U.S. dollar is staying strong. The fact that you are seeing so much strength in gold during a strong period in the dollar is honestly very, very bullish for gold. The one thing, and I've said this in this game plan, I just want to repeat, is that I said central banks around the globe over the last couple years have been buying a ton, literal tons of gold. All right, now again, the people, let's rephrase this. The groups that are in charge of the money printers, they are buying massive amounts of gold. What do you think that means we should be doing? Simply put, right? Now again, if you go to crypto, maybe this is bullish for crypto eventually, I think it is.
Fidelity has submitted an updated proposal for a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETF to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. The asset manager joins other applicants in continued efforts to address regulatory concerns that have stood in the way of approving the investment product. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.